So I would like to take a few minutes before the pump check to share a couple of thoughts about the topic of how being able to restrain ourselves, it's something that can lead to more happiness and more freedom, which it's something that might seem counterintuitive because when we are refraining ourselves from doing something we would like to do that would give us immediate gratification, it feels like limiting ourselves. But I found out that quite the opposite is true, at least in my very limited experience. And it's a matter of familiarity, especially in today's world where we have endless possibility of instant gratification, scrolling feeds, watching videos, watching video game, watching porno, anything, drugs, alcohol. We can risk being trapped in an endless cycle of reward chasing. And this can, on one end, limit our ability to pursue what's important in our life, what we really value. And that requires constant effort and it won't give immediate gratification. And the other thing is that it can make us less happy in any moment of the day in which maybe we might just feel satisfied without chasing something. We might feel more peaceful. Like, think for example about, I don't know, late night gaming. Like, it's midnight, you're gaming online with friends, you're having a ton of fun, and the next day you are gonna wake up to work, but your original plan was to wake up at 7:30, be fresh, take the time you need to start the day mindfully. And you're there at midnight thinking, yeah, but I'm really having a lot of fun playing Call of Duty now. And your mind is just telling you, yeah, just don't think about it, play another match for now. And you end up going to bed at 3 a.m., waking up 1 minute before your 9 a.m. call, and the next morning is gonna have a very different taste. Imagine that in that situation, instead, you decide to refrain from doing that. You had a couple of hours of good online gaming with friends, but you refrain from keeping chasing the reward, and you say at a certain point, guys, I have to go to bed. We meet tomorrow night, okay? And then you go to bed. Or another example could be, I don't know, masturbation. Like you're home, maybe you're working, or it's another situation, and your mind goes there. And you would like to scratch that itch. It's something that is pressing on your mind and it's very powerful. Like maybe you could decide to hold that sensation there and not follow it immediately. And maybe in some situation like this, for example, I found myself to gain access to a rest of the day that was completely different than it would have been if I decided to follow that impulse and masturbate. Or maybe it's with taking drugs or alcohol. Maybe it's Sunday, you think, yeah, I don't have anything to do today, maybe I smoke a joint. What's that gonna do to the rest of your day? Maybe you're gonna have fun, but maybe some other time you decide not to do that, and that day maybe becomes more meaningful. Maybe you dedicate some time to meditation, studying something that is important to you, to spending time with the person you love, being completely lucid. But let me know also in your case, guys, like what are some behaviors, some instant gratifications that is really hard not to chase, but that you think could bring you more joy if you didn't in some occasions. At first, practicing restraint is going to be really hard. I barely do it, and for me it's something that is really, really hard. And the reason for that is that we lack the familiarization with it. But the more we do it, slowly, the easier it will become. And the more we do it, the more we will develop a mind that has more choices. And this is why we're gonna develop more freedom. One exercise that really helped me with this, it's a practice that is called Dopamine Detox. which is something I discovered thanks to a video that a friend shared with me that talks about this. I'm gonna put the link in the description of this video. So basically, dopamine detox is choosing ideally one day in your week, which is gonna be the same day every week, in which for the whole day you're going to refrain from any activity that gives an instant reward in dopamine. For example, like in my case, I entirely avoid watching videos, scrolling feeds, listening to music, playing video games, and things like that. But on the other hand, I allow myself activities that are still rewarding, but less dopamine intensive, like reading a book or something like that. And I keep very busy during that day usually. So I work from morning till evening, and I reward myself at the end of the day with another very nice activity, but not with an instant high dopamine reward, which is going to the dojo to practice martial arts, which is amazing because if I spend the whole day chasing instant gratification, that wouldn't seem so attractive. But after a full day of restraint and dedicating time to work, to reading, etc., like going to the dojo to practice martial arts is freaking amazing. So if you guys wanna try doing this, I will leave the link in the description. Try to watch that video. I found it so beneficial. And if you wanna try the dopamine detox, let me know in the comments how it goes. The most important thing, I think, when doing it is being honest with yourself in identifying the behaviors and activities that you yourself find to be not compliant with the practice of dopamine detox that day, and allowing yourself only the ones that comply. The ability to choose something other than the instant gratification, to hold back even when that's hard, it's crucial, because without that ability, we will be unable to pursue what really matters in our life, and our freedom will not be expanded. It will be limited by that. Now enough with the thoughts. Let's go do this pump check.